Today we are going to discuss about latitudes and the longitudes. This is the chapter's name and this portion is about latitude. So the earth can be best represented by this globe. It can be best explained with the help of this globe. That you know that earth's middle portion is little bit bulged and top and bottom, that's the northern polar region and southern polar region is little bit flattened. And by this shape, because of its centrifugal force and also because of the force of gravitation. This is actually the shape of the earth, and we know that life exists only on earth. Life exists only on earth because of so many factors that also we had explained. And the circumference of the earth, that's the equatorial region, the complete circumference of the earth is actually 40,075 kilometers. This is the circumference of the earth at equatorial region. Now we are going to discuss about latitude. As in the smaller classes we had studied that latitude means the horizontal line, that is imaginary line actually. This horizontal line is actually known as latitudes. That's actually passing through the globe. This is latitude. And there is vertical lines are also there. This is actually known as the longitudes. So this latitudes and longitudes together make a framework. This is known as the network of latitudes and longitudes. Okay, this network is known as the grid system. Why this grid system? This grid system have been drawn on the globe to locate, in order to locate the exact place on the globe. So, say for example, where is Gandhinagar in India? If we know correct place, correct location of the longitude and latitude, then easily we can locate that point, pinpoint that place. This longitudes and latitudes are actually drawn exactly like somehow you are actually studying a graph in mathematics, is it? Likewise, in order, so once again I will repeat, this is a network of latitudes and longitudes. Why this network? This is to pinpoint or to locate a place on the earth. Now we are going to study about the hemispheres. Hemisphere means half of the sphere. Look here, this is the globe. We know that the equator is actually passing exactly through the middle of the globe. So that we can say that if we divide this globe, if we divide the earth from this position, we can get this hemisphere and also this hemisphere. Two hemisphere we are actually getting when we divide the earth into two parts from equatorial region. So from the equator towards this position, north position, this is known as the northern hemisphere, and from the equator this position, this hemisphere is known as the southern hemisphere. So how we are actually writing this? From equator to the north it is northern hemisphere, and from equator to the south it is southern hemisphere. Likewise, from 0 degree meridian, from 0 degree longitude towards east it is eastern hemisphere, from 0 degree meridian to the west it is western hemisphere. So altogether we can divide the earth into 4 hemispheres. What are they? Northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, eastern hemisphere and also western hemisphere. Now we are straight going to our latitude. Okay, so let's see a picture of some latitudes on the globe. These are the pictures of some latitudes on the earth. So latitude of the equator is 0 degree and that of the North Pole and South Pole are 90 degree north and 90 degree south respectively. It's measured either to north or to the south of the equator and are accordingly specified N or S, capital letters N or S. Look here, each latitude is an imaginary circle parallel to the equator and centered on the polar axis. These are parallels of latitude. So equator is the largest circle and towards the pole the circle converges. Altogether there are 180 parallels of latitudes at 1 degree interval. that is 90 degrees, 90 to the north of the equator and 90 to the south of the equator, while equator is taken as a 0 degree latitude and is the only great circle. The radius and the length of parallels gradually decreases from its maximum at equator to its minimum at the poles. And one more thing is there, the distance between each latitude is 111 kilometer. So, what is equator? What's the definition of equator? Equator is the imaginary line circumscribing the earth around the center of the earth being equidistant from the poles. That is, from equator towards each pole it is equal distance. That is actually equator. Now we can say that from that picture you can identify that all the lines of latitudes are parallel to each other. Never they intersect, they are all parallel to each other. That is why these latitudes are known as parallels of latitudes. And one more thing, as an introduction I want to tell you that one more new term is there, that is what is known as great circle. A great circle means when I am taking this globe, equator is a great circle I am saying. Why? Because equator has the same circumference, same radius as that of the earth as a whole. Okay, once again I will repeat, equator is having the same circumferences, same radius or diameter is that of the earth. That's why it's known as the great circle. And all the parallels of latitudes, if I am saying, this equator is the only great circle. All other latitudes are small circles. So, let's see the main 5 parallels of latitudes. Equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle are the main 5 parallels of latitudes. The equator is the 0 degree latitude which divides the earth into 2 equal halves. Tropic of Cancer is 23.5 degree north latitude and it's very important latitude as the sun is overhead on 21st June on this latitude, and which is the longest day in northern hemisphere. Tropic of Capricorn is the 23.5 degrees south latitude, is the southernmost limit of the apparent movement of the sun. Now, Arctic Circle, it's 66.5 degree north latitude. This latitude is important because the area within this circle receives oblique rays of the sun. Next is Antarctic Circle. Antarctic Circle is 66.5 degree south. The conditions within this circle are the same as that of the Arctic Circle. Now we are going to study about the climatic zones of the earth. Because of the earth's spherical shape, inclination of the axis, rotation and revolution, all the places on the earth's surface do not receive same amount of heat from the sun. The main heat zones are torrid or tropical zone, temperate and frigid zone. First, we are going to study about the torrid zone. The torrid zone lie between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, which makes the limit of overhead sun north and south of the equator. That is from 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degrees south, with equator dividing it into north torrid zone and south torrid zone. This area is actually receiving direct rays of the sun. Now we are going to study about the temperate zone. Look at this picture. I've marked red color over there. That is the northern temperate zone. That's between 23.5 degree north to 66.5 degree north, and southern temperate zone. That is 23.5 degree south to 66.5 degree south. Stretches from torrid zone to frigid zone. Hence, here the climate is moderate. That is It's neither too hot nor too cold. Why? Because this area does not receive direct rays of the sun. This area receives slant rays of the sun. That is why the climate is neither too hot nor too cold. Now we shall study about the frigid zone. Look at the picture. I've drawn a red color over there. These are the frigid zones. That's the region between Arctic Circle to the North Pole and Antarctic Circle to the South Pole. That is extremely cold region. Because of the inclination of axis, this area in north and south of the equator receives very slanting rays.